In the realm of Waterdeep, a council shrouded in mystery and power holds sway over the city's destiny. They are the illustrious Lords of Waterdeep, enigmatic rulers who have guided this grand metropolis for centuries untold. From the 11th century and beyond, their presence has shaped the very fabric of this remarkable realm. Their number reaching from 20 mighty souls, though the count fluctuates, spanning a range from 16 to 29, a mystery concealed from mortal gaze. Some lords, their identities shrouded in secrecy, dwell in the shadowed depths, veiled from prying eyes. Behold, the Open Lord, the revered figure known to all, a beacon of authority and wisdom. They bear not only the title of the Unmasked Lord, but also the weight of additional mantles: Warden of Waterdeep, Overmaster of the Guilds, and Commander of the Watch. As the city's chief diplomat, they traverse the intricate tapestry of diplomacy with grace and cunning. Singular in their existence, when their predecessor departs this realm, a new Open Lord emerges to carry the torch of leadership. Throughout history, 7 Open Lords have graced the halls of Waterdeep, their names etched in the echoes of time. Ogharan the Mage, whose arcane might illuminated the city's path. Bayron Silmaril, whose noble spirit guided the council. Leston the Masked Lady, whose enigmatic presence bewitched hearts and minds. Pirjairen the Paladin's son, the stalwart champion who defended the city with unwavering devotion. Caladorn Castellanter, a figure of intrigue and secrets. Dagult Neverember, a master of machinations and politics. And Lady Laeral Silverhand, whose grace and power radiated like a celestial star. But hark, for there are lords unseen, masked in secrecy, their faces veiled from the public gaze. They emerge into the light only within the hallowed chambers of the Lord's Court or during the Grand Shield Meet Council, that transpires once every 4 years, where the Lord's rule is reaffirmed, and destiny takes its course. While the identities of these lords remain a mystery to the common folk, they are known to each other, safeguarded from the reach of manipulation. Such secrecy ensures that the lords can arise from any social stratum, liberated from the shackles of convention. In the realm of authority, the Masked Lords stand equal to the Open Lord, their power resonating through the grand halls. Yet, the Open Lord retains executive authority, entrusted with pivotal tasks. It is they who discern and select new lords, weaving the tapestry of this esteemed council. They alone possess the knowledge to unveil the next Open Lord, their wisdom guiding the path forward. And in their esteemed wisdom, they determine the necessary number of lords, the pillars upon which Waterdeep stands. Beware, for those who dare to don the garb of a lord, to mimic their essence and claim their esteemed title, face a perilous fate. The penalty for such audacity, whether through the donning of their regal attire or through a deceitful proclamation, is not but swift and decisive, a dance with death itself. Within the depths of their authority, the Open Lord wields a power unmatched. They possess the right to demand the exposure of any soul that dares to hide beneath the guise of a masked lord. Should the impostor defy this summons, they invite nothing but their own demise, the final notes of their tale written in blood. The Lords of Legend do not confine themselves to mere courtly gatherings. Nay, their presence resonates through the very heart of the city, as the Open Lord, adorned in regal splendor, commands attention from the palace of Waterdeep itself. Behold, as the Open Lord orchestrates a grand spectacle, casting their gaze upon the bustling streets, their words echoing through the ears of the city's denizens. The palace, a majestic edifice, stands as a testament to their authority, a beacon of governance that guides the path of Waterdeep. Yet, in the shadows of intrigue and clandestine affairs, the lords convene in secret, their missions shrouded in mystery. Within the mystical depths of Mount Waterdeep, a labyrinthine network of sea caves comes alive with whispered exchanges and strategic plans. It is here that the true power of the lords takes shape, hidden from prying eyes, and shielded by the very heart of the land itself. Cloaked in black, formless robes, they move like phantoms, their true identities hidden from prying eyes. A single voice speaks for the collective, for the masked lords have relinquished their individual voices to the open Lord, who serves as their conduit to the outside world. Through the power of illusion, their robes shimmer with ethereal enchantments, masking their true forms and identities. Behold the wondrous Lords' Ensemble, a treasure trove of magical artifacts that enhance their mystique. A helm of immense power rests upon their heads, a crown of secrets that shields their faces from prying gazes. Adorned upon their fingers, the Lords' rings blaze with arcane might, each one a symbol of authority and hidden knowledge. And clasped around their necks, the Lord's amulet pulses with a magic all its own, guarding their secrets with an unwavering resolve. But even the mightiest spells cannot withstand the scrutiny of certain sorcerous eyes. Some powerful enchanters possess the ability to pierce through the veil of illusion, unraveling the carefully crafted facade of the masked lords. In their presence, the truth is revealed, and the hidden faces of the lords are laid bare. It all began in the year of the Night Maidens, when Ogharan, a wise and visionary soul, ascended to the position of the first open lord. With a flourish of his hand, he declared that wisdom shall govern the city, birthing the mighty order of the Lords of Waterdeep. In the year of the cockatrice, the Waterdeepian nobility rose to prominence, their names etched in history by Ogharan's decree. This proclamation proved a triumph for the Lords, forging an alliance with the burgeoning guilds and wealthy merchants who sought to bask in the city's glory. Yet, like celestial bodies in an eternal dance, the nobility and the guilds often clashed, but the lords, like vigilant guardians, ensured that neither group would usurp the other's power. In the year of the wagon, after a period of tumultuous upheaval, the lords regained their rightful governance over the city. Under the guidance of the noble Baron Silmaril, they expanded their ranks, welcoming 14 valiant souls into their midst. The Zor and Gildeg families, long tainted by treachery, were banished, their influence forever shattered. Alas, the harmonious era of peace in Waterdeep was shattered in the year of the Harp. Two masked lords, pillars of wisdom and guardians of the city's secrets, fell victim to the wrath of Amril Zor, a vengeful scion of the exiled family. The city wept, for darkness had pierced the heart of their beloved lords. Undeterred, the collective might of the lords expelled the shadow thieves, those nefarious beings who skulked in the shadows, in the year of the Starfall. Their swift action sent a resounding message, that no criminal organization shall thrive within the hallowed walls of Waterdeep. The Thieves' Guild, like a vanquished specter, fled to distant lands, seeking refuge in the southern realms. But fate can be capricious, and in the year of the unstrung harp, Thultanther, an ancient Netherese enclave, returned to Faerun. The lords, in their wisdom, sought to forge an alliance with Prince Aglaril Tanthal. Alas, the celestial dance faltered, as negotiations crumbled into dust, the hope of unity shattered like a fragile crystal. In the year of lost ships, a clarion call echoed through the city. The lords issued the Tarnsmoke Proclamation, a bold decree that legalized the noble art of bounty hunting within Waterdeep and its lands. Adventurers and warriors, drawn by the promise of riches and glory, flocked to the city, their eyes set on the bounties that danced like stars in the night sky. As darkness once again threatened to cast its shadow over the realms, the Lords of Waterdeep stood tall. The cult of the dragon emerged, its menace spreading like a ravenous wildfire. In response, the Council of Waterdeep convened, guided first by the open Lord Degolt Neverember and then by his successor, the illustrious Lady Laeral Silverhand. Together, they forged alliances, planned strategies, and rallied the heroes of the realm to stand against the encroaching darkness. Let us venture into the depths of time and uncover the heroes and villains who graced the noble halls of governance. The names and history I am about to tell you bear with them a heavy weight of secrecy that may put a price on your head. I urge caution as we venture into the following tale. We begin first with the early lords. Ogharan, a figure shrouded in mystery, stands as the first open lord, a visionary who forged the path for the Lords of Waterdeep. His wisdom echoes through the ages, guiding the city with an iron will and a heart ablaze with hope. Caril Bindrith, a Lord of Shadows, ruled not only over his criminal empire but also held the heart of Lady Brienne Bindrith, a formidable sorceress who danced on the edge of darkness and light. Kerrigan the Arcanist emerges as a name whispered in hushed tones. He defied the city that nurtured him, a lord turned traitor, his dark legacy staining the pages of history. Leston, a stalwart leader, grasped the reins of power during the late 13th century, guiding the city through turbulent times. Tamaril Bladesemmer and Rezengar the Whitebeard, their names etched in sorrow, fell victim to the wrath of Amril Zor, a harbinger of darkness who sought to extinguish the light of the lords. As time unfolded, the 14th century brought forth a new generation of lords, each bearing their own unique mark upon the city's fate. Pirjairen the Paladin's son, a beacon of righteousness, took up the mantle of Open Lord, leading the charge against the encroaching shadows. Caladorn Castellanter, a scion of wealth and power, stood beside him, his cunning mind guiding the city's fortunes. Brian, the master smith and armorer, lent his fiery forge to the cause, crafting weapons that would defend the city's honor. Brienne Bindrith, the widow of a crime lord, wielded her sorcery with a touch of danger, a force to be reckoned with. Delia the White, a wise and cautious wizard, peered into the realms of magic, guarding against unseen threats. Durnan, a retired adventurer, donned the mask of secrecy, his yawning portal a portal to hidden truths. Kelvin Arunsan, a chosen of Mistra, held the title of the city's first Blackstaff, his power intertwined with the very essence of the weave. Kiriani Agrivar, rumored to be a chosen of Saloon, enchanted all with her grace and mystique. Nindil Jalbuk, a stylish grocer, met a sinister fate, replaced by Lavin, a deceitful doppelganger who lurked in the shadows. Mert the moneylender, a wealthy adventurer turned traitor, embraced the mask of a lord, his influence spreading like wildfire. Larissa Neathal, a seductive courtesan, mastered the art of transformation, shifting her appearance like a chameleon in the night. Nimra Kitten Skyren, a rogue of secrets, concealed her true nature behind a facade of mystery and intrigue. Samariza a Samar Sulfontis, the Kalishite merchant, weaved his web of trade, his skill navigating the currents of commerce. Texter, the fearless paladin of Tyr, embodied justice, his righteous blade striking down the wicked. As the 15th century dawned, two open lords emerged, guiding Waterdeep through its trials and tribulations. Dagult Neverember, a figure of power and controversy, graced the throne with his presence, while Laeral Silverhand, a living legend, breathed new life into the city. In the shadows, the masked lords played their game, their identities veiled in mystery. Arthagast Ulbrinter, a tragic victim of the cult of the dragon, fell to their merciless claws. Berithro Tharlavar, a jolly warehouse owner, balanced the scales of wealth and influence. Corylus Thon, a nobleman entangled with the Zentarim, schemed and plotted to maintain his hold on power. Dorgara Darbrant, his true nature uncovered by Manshoon, navigated treacherous waters. Jelen Ermbrusk, a noblewoman ensnared by Zentarim web, danced on the edge of peril. Lilianviaton Dlardragath, a chosen of Bashaba, whispered curses in the darkest corners, her influence shaping the city's fate. Mert, the prodigal lord, returned, his absence felt keenly, his presence a symbol of fortune. Nazram Reyes, a mysterious spymaster, weaved her web of secrets, her eyes and ears penetrating the veil of shadows. Amen Dran, the entrepreneurial founder of Acquisitions Incorporated, balanced the scales of profit and adventure. Santa Belrun, the wealthy Tharsalt, held the city's treasures in his grasp, his investments shaping its destiny. Thardauk Starbuckler, exposed by Manshoon, played his part in the intricate dance of deception. In the year 1491 DR, a sinister plot unfolds within the hallowed halls of Waterdeep. Masked Lord Braithen Kazunder, driven by a thirst for power, orchestrates a grand conspiracy to eliminate his rivals and replace them with puppets under his sway. Thus, a chain of fateful events is set in motion as the Dance of Shadows begins. One by one, the masked lords fall victim to Kazunder's wicked machinations. Namandus Gorler, a noble soul, meets his untimely end on the very streets he once walked. Avner Ravelmark, his fate sealed within the confines of his own stables, breathes his last breath. Barkheld Halinghorse, a lord of stature, succumbs to a gruesome demise, his head severed from his body. Andrith Tolver, the owner of a smokehouse, meets a tragic end, strangled by the sinister hands of Darlith Drake during a fateful gathering. Osber Malankar, a merchant of fine wines, is dragged into the depths of his own pond, drowning beneath the weight of treachery orchestrated by Royce Arcuthbarrel. Dethansa Merrill, a master of glasswork, falls victim to the blade of Tashin Melshimber, her life extinguished amidst shards of shattered dreams. Amasker Gwelt, a shrewd moneylender and landlord, faces a fiery fate as Tashin's flames consume his grand mansion. As the echoes of these heinous acts reverberate through the city, the vacant seats of power are swiftly filled. Darius Quereth, a savvy shipping owner, takes up the mantle of a fallen lord. Zuzina Kelder, a merchant with a thriving shop, joins the ranks of the newly appointed. Halark Tarncrown, a wealthy merchant, rises to prominence, his coffers overflowing with wealth. Zirith Kelterond, a daring trader from Kalimshan, brings exotic treasures to the table. Kadrith Holhanar, a master of craftsmanship, weaves intricate staircases and shelving, constructing pathways to success. Parangold Yuskalant, a shipper of goods, navigates the seas of commerce with skill and precision. Vaelra Kallo, a renowned dressmaker, adds a touch of elegance to the council, her creations a tapestry of beauty and grace. Yet, the shadows cast their ominous veil once more. The tides of fortune turn against the newly appointed lords. Darius Quereth, barely settled into his role, meets a grim fate at the hands of adventurers hired by the vengeful Felherand Ilvestar, acting on behalf of Landerman Vosker. Landerman Vosker, a prominent shipping magnate, falls victim to Kazunder's wrath, his throat mercilessly slit as retribution for the death of Quereth. Belganter Hailhand, a master of forge works, meets his end on the city streets, poisoned by Kazunder's deadly ring. Irmira Stravander, her life extinguished by Darlith Drake's poisoned crossbow bolt, becomes a tragic casualty of this perilous game. Kalira Arhand, a lord of grace and elegance, meets her demise at the hands of the cunning wizard Varentever Casmolt. Even the mighty Laryl Silverhand, the chosen of Mistra and the revered Open Lord herself, is not spared from the harrowing events. She finds herself trapped within a collapsing chamber, her body disintegrated by the force of a prismatic wall unleashed by the vile wizard Iminder Glenmore. Yet, through her spirit and the blessings of the goddess, she miraculously survives, rising from the ashes of destruction. Braithan Kazunder, the orchestrator of this tale of darkness, a landlord lusting for absolute control, finally faces his reckoning. Sutul, wielding a blade envenomed with divine justice, strikes the final blow, ending Kazunder's tyrannical reign. Amidst the chaos, for lords have their identities revealed, their fates hanging in the balance. Gruthgar Hrimrel, a landlord and former shipwright, stands exposed. Lamech Erlerpost, a powerful importer for the guilds, faces uncertain times. Kasalra Maremther, a purveyor of potent ointments, treads a treacherous path. Sarathu Surendragon, a wry and enigmatic half-elf, stands on the precipice of uncertainty. Thus, the epic tale of Waterdeep unfolds, filled with treachery, deceit, and the spirit of those who dare to defy the shadows. In this city of splendors, where power is coveted and secrets lurk in every corner, the fate of the lords hangs in the balance. Only time will reveal the true victors and the heroes who emerge from the depths of darkness to shape the destiny of Waterdeep. If you would like to hear many more tales and legends, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe.